all right, now I've done this before. This is phone 2 of what I just recorded that is posted up about problems, right? So that was on that phone. So will phone 2 do the same thing? And if it doesn't, and the other ones that's been loading up is from phone 2, because I'm not quite sure when I looked at that. I just got it then, so I'll do a video. There could be a solution. But I remember in a few videos back, if I'm right, it was both phones before. Is that right, Emma? Did you remember when I've talked about it? It could have been both phones before? Emma?
Yo.
Last time I recorded and it played up, has it been 2 phones before?
I think so.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it has been. It's done it a few times. But we'll find out this time, right? Because research and study is how you get an answer. Definitely if you want one. Unless someone comes in and goes, look, I'm going to pay $100 million to stop doing that. And yeah, because it's just not going to work in my sector, right? And that's the world we actually live in, right? Or I'm going to kill you. Or I'm going to block you, right? And that's why we have these problems in the real world, collectively. That's the answer. And how do you fix that? You can go get it, but you can't because they're going to pay everybody. You get it? You're already stuck, isn't that right? In that hole? You let me know in comments what I just said. You let me know if you're already stuck in that. How do you get out of that? How do you beat the person with all the money? Huh? You let me know. And you're in a very small group or just by yourself. How do you know? How many would you need that doesn't have no money to stop the dude who can pay all these people and be in areas and got badges and stuff? You let me know in comments. And I'll put out a few theories. People say interesting things are hard comments, you know what I mean? So I'm doing pretty good, but the algorithm don't want to make it more interesting. It wants to keep you the zombie that I've talked about. Pretty sad, eh? Right? As the people are saying here in Australia now about the algorithm, how it's not showing decent stuff, as I've talked about before. Because it's all about what I just said. You know, can you see the pattern? It's everywhere. So who's really winning? And I like to ask the religion people, so what's holding you back and who's really winning? Really? What are you waiting for? We're waiting for these aliens, as I've talked about before, turning up. We can have these. Is that the hope? Sometimes I even talk to that with Emma. Then I go, oh, we might as well have these bad aliens turn up. You know, culture's all down. And, you know, you could look at and the ones that live as a good thing, sign from God, couldn't you? You let me know in comments. But now, let's truck on with the next. Phone 2. And we got, push that one through, finger. We got the writing this time. So I was either right about the ones that come up this time. They've just tacked on one phone. As certain readers would say, you know, certain people backed out. They can only do one. Lots of reasons why things can happen, eh? As I say that, as I've been, you know, listening to these stories and try to communicate with it. But they're very hard. So I wonder, I'd put them down in certain, they could be looked at. Because when you go to study and you go, well, then who could be the problem? Who could it lie? You start looking at areas. You go boom, 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 which I've already done in the last videos in all areas. And all areas are, and where I'm looking at, are failing. So if you're a dude going around and find out where the problem is, I can tell you a few problems. But that's if you're allowed to do that and change that with what they've taught me. They taught me what was right or wrong. They tell me to go do this and do that, but then this happens. So what does that mean? Does that mean they like to fuck with us collectively? With their children? Would you think an alien turned up and heard all that and go, shit, you guys are teaching your kids the right way. They're trying to be the right way. And then you just put them back into line. They're right in the right way. They haven't physically made anything dangerous. They haven't burnt down any buildings, right? And they want to know if someone can come in with some real knowledge and debate them for real about stuff and talk to them about what they've learned and what we do. And they can't. They go in there and try to beat them up or wait to a point where no one's talked to them, that they lost control. That's another thing that the devil does. He just sit around and just let them lose it a bit more. Isn't it? But you let me know in comments if I'm right or wrong, please. But you know what? When you have a whole bunch of people that don't really care, what do you see in real life? Not many comments. Not many put onto the algorithm. Right? But anyway, have a good one and see you later.